other municipalities that we have to represent.
Of course.
And I like to feel I've been able to do that.
No, Rick, let me comment. The other day, on Harvest Radio, on my Sunday sermon, I surrendered my Sunday sermon to some people called Focus on Care in Scotch Plains, and they take in homeless veterans. And they spoke very highly of the work and stuff that you do. Okay, we're going to go to a break.
The homeless rate for veterans is multiple times higher than it is.
I didn't think she'd come. I didn't think she'd come. And I've been saying it all along. I said, but yeah, look who's here.
Right here.
She certainly changed since you last had her. I'm hearing like her voice a little soft.
Can you guys not share this with me like that? It's her track.
Well, I believe you sent your invitation, but on Tuesday night, did you get an invitation for Tuesday nights for me?
No.
Nobody called you, nobody asked you to.
No.
That's why I have trust issues.
No,
Was it Wednesday?
What do you mean, at the library?
Yeah,
Oh, the library was Wednesday night.
Wednesday. Yeah.
It was a Wednesday night, right? The Wednesday, because we had the show the next day. So it was Wednesday. But that, that's out of the hands. Remember now, you guys are on tape, on video.
All right.
Please contact us at www.focusoncaring.org. Thank you.
Bring the church and bring the family to Somerset Patriots Baseball. Special group discounts are available now.
I'm Reverend Zechariah A Jackson. Church was happening now. Downtown.
Sorry. Rick Smiley.
This summer, have a picnic for the Somerset Patriots.
One thing though, when you're sharing this mic, don't drag this. You have to take it physically out, okay?
Or go to the Prudential Center box office. Go and get your tickets now. It's the gospel show of the year. Hallelujah.
Okay, we're back, and Linda Stender is here.
Thank you.
Okay, so she's here in the house, right here with the rest
So
of
I know for sure she got an invitation.
Well,
Because she's here.
she's here,
And I'm pleased to be here, so thank you very much.
and we're happy to have you, Bo?
Yes.
Okay, Linda's here also.
Oh,
Yes, just to give you a heads up.
thank you.
Okay. Linda, we were talking earlier about the position of assembly person. Imagine we're so used to saying assemblymen. In your case, we would say assembly woman. Okay, because I remember when Annie McWilliams, when she came to freeholders, we were so used to saying what was it, freeholder man or whatever. We had to change that right there. Okay, Linda, for 6 months I walked the streets in Plainfield and different parts of Union County, and even in Essex County. I talked to people about this position, the assembly person. Most people don't know what it is that you guys do. You're not a mayor, you're not the governor, you're not the senator. So, I voted assemblyman many times. I voted for Jerry Green many times, only because I got some cousins from Georgia named Green. So I just pulled I said, well, hey, you know what? I'm just going to pull because I really didn't know the position. I knew the governor, and I knew what the mayor meant, councilman, but I really just didn't know what the assembly body was all about. And so many people that have tossed firestones at you guys really don't know what you do. So we want, maybe in your own words, can you explain to the people what exactly that you guys do?
I'd be happy to, and thank you so much for inviting me here today. I'm very pleased to join you, Reverend, and and be here with my partner in the legislature, Jerry Green, and Rick Smiley. I think the best way to think of what the title assembly person, assemblywoman, assemblyman means
Yes.
is to think of it in terms of we assemble the
Okay.
budget for the state of New Jersey,
All right, the budget.
and we assemble the laws that govern. We are a co-equal branch with the governor and with the
Okay.
judiciary, so we're the legislative branch, and it is a different function than being the mayor or
Okay.
being the governor, which is more like being the head. It's being the executive for the community, and
So you guys have a lot to do with the laws and things.
Yes.
Whether the traffic light should be on the corner, is that voted into a law or whatever, or a speeding ticket or something like that, or?
Well,
regulation on the highway.
it depends. Some of those things are done locally through ordinance, but
Okay.
but all the municipalities are what we call creatures of the legislature.
Sure.
So the legislature creates the laws that allows the municipalities to function and to set their local laws, their local ordinances for orderly conduct of business in a community. And I'm somebody who grew up in Family and Scotch Plains. I was born here in Plainfield. I served as a mayor, so I understand the difference. And
what town were you mayor?
I was mayor of Fanwood,
Oh, okay.
and then served on the freeholder board in Union County before going to the legislature and joining my partner in the legislature.
All cell phones off. All cell phones off. Give him a ticket. Give him a 70-minute ticket on that one. Go ahead.
No, I was just giving him a little chorus, because when I
Right.
said his name, we wanted to highlight it. But, no, so I've had the, honor and privilege of representing Plainfield as part of the 22nd District since 2002, when I went into the legislature at that point.
Okay.
So, Jerry and I think, have worked very well as partners to try to serve the needs of the communities and the people that we represent, so.
Okay. Rick, go ahead, Jerry.
If I could just add on a little more to that, when we talk about the laws, we're talking about the laws that really affect your life every day. So those are the type of laws that we're talking about, just like we could be sitting here today and come with an idea. And if the idea would make life better for the people here in the state of New Jersey, then there's a process that's put in place. LOS is the branch of government that looks at all of the new legislations to make sure legally is something that the people here in the state of New Jersey can live with.
Okay.
Once that happens, then it goes before a committee. Currently, I am chairman of Housing and Local Government. So that means any issue dealing with housing or local government in the state of New Jersey comes through my committee. Now, normally as a committee chairman, what I do is the pros and cons about that particular issue. I have people work it out before we vote on it. Now, if it doesn't get voted out of my committee, it doesn't go anyplace. So that's the first process. The next process is basically, it goes to budget if it has to do anything to deal with financing. If it cuts the mustard there, then it goes to the floor. As Speaker Pro Temp, is three of us decide what bills get posted here in the state of New Jersey. That's the Speaker, Majority Leader, and myself personally.
Okay.
So if the three of us say that's something that we feel is not fair, we want it to go back, it doesn't go any further whatsoever. So it's a very, very key role that I play in terms of how the law is shaped here in the state of New Jersey. Also, as Speaker Pro Temp, it's like the Vice President. That means, for example, for any reason the Speaker can't fulfill his job, then I become Speaker. So that gives me opportunity to sit with the Governor, with his staff, to talk about any issue so that I'm privy to exactly the pros and cons. In effect, it has helped me a whole lot in terms of dealing with some of the issues that was facing the 22nd District.
Okay. Well, I want to go to Rick at this moment, but we better go to the Republicans. I don't want to act like I'm siding with all the Democrats, you know. Bo?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What would you like to say to what Jerry Green has said and Linda Slender said? You have anything to add?
I'm sorry?
You have anything to add?
Well, the only thing that I would say is prior to the break, Assemblyman Green was talking about the reality that you're either Republican or you're a Democrat in Trenton, which I think is a bit unfortunate that that at this day and age, and based on the experiences that we've seen on a national level, that it's still so divided among partisan lines. Maybe in some regards, the gridlock that it produces doesn't hurt as much as having one party be completely in control of all the legislative and executive branches. But I would say that, to me, there's a difference between reaching across the line in rhetoric and reaching across the line in reality. And the Assemblyman Green had mentioned something about how he had reached across the aisle to work on Abbott funding and working with Republicans to get some things done. So obviously, being a Republican in Trenton doesn't preclude you from being effective in helping the kids in this particular case, but in other areas of governing as well. And then also, he pointed out that it could be him and Rick Smiley as the two assembly people, or it could be a combination of the four of us, meaning one Republican, one Democrat, two Democrats, one new Dem, one Republican. There's a lot of variations. It's not a matter of you vote for one Democrat, you get both Democrats. You vote for who you believe is going to be the most effective, and if they happen to be a Republican and or a Democrat, the two highest vote getters are the ones that are elected. So I just wanted to clarify that as well. It's not like you're voting for the president and you get the vice president along with them.
Okay.
It's the two highest vote getters.
All right. And Rick,
Well, Assemblyman Green has pointed out his position with the State Assembly, and Assemblywoman Stender also has standing with the Democratic Party and with the State Assembly. She's committee chair too. She's committee chair of Health and Human Services.
Actually, no,
Health and Senior Services?
I'm vice chair. I'm vice chair of the Transportation Committee, which deals with our infrastructure here in the state.
okay.
But as far as Democrats are concerned, like I said, they've been in office for a while, so they have some standing. I've been a Democrat since I was 18. I'm a little older now, but I'm like a third generation Democrat in my family. We've always been Democrats, so make no mistake. When they start talking about new Democrats being something other than Democrats, Rick Smiley was practically born a Democrat. I didn't really even have a choice. By the time I made my decision, it was made for me.
Okay.
So, I'm a Democrat. I've been voting as a Democrat my entire life. I've never missed one.
Okay.
As far as the State Assembly and the Republican Party and how well we can all work together or not work together, politics runs in cycles all the time.
Sure.
There was a time when people in Washington were making a contract with America that didn't have some of our best interest in mind. There was No Child Left Behind that came along, and these things run in cycles.
Sure.
Now we have someone else in the White House, and another cycle is going to come. And the only thing you can be sure of with politics is change. There's going to be change. I've made it very clear since I'm running alone that I'm running against both the incumbents.
Sure.
See, it's not a single individual. Now, me and Jerry are going to always be put together because me and Jerry live in Plainfield.
Sure.
Both of our bases are in Plainfield.
Now, I would hope no matter what happened here, as I said last week, that that you guys that's in politics would work for the betterment of Plainfield, no matter what.
Always for the betterment of
Yes,
Plainfield.
Absolutely.
And you got to understand, this is a district race.
Sure.
And the other cities in the 22nd district.
Sure.
But those of you listening, you have to excuse us sometimes because, being a resident here and serving this particular community for so many years, I may not say the 22nd district all the time,
Sure.
and it becomes a Plainfield discussion, but it is a discussion about the 22nd district and, how we can serve everyone in the district. But Plainfield will always be near and dear and special in my heart because I'm not moving.
Right.
I'll be here for a little while longer. So if elected, I will be the Assemblyman from Plainfield.
Okay. And if I have my way, I'll set me up a nice farm behind my house and give people fruit and vegetables. If that's okay with you, Assembly people.
Well,
We have a farm.
First of all, the reason why I accepted this invitation is because of the fact, number one, Linda, before you came in, I said, it's a possibility that it could be him and I, or it could be you and him. But whoever it is, trust me, the Democratic Party is going to get behind that slate like we got behind the Obama slate. One of the things you're beginning to find even in this city, the numbers that we brought out for Obama shows the united effort that we put together as a community. Nobody's always going to agree or disagree, but no matter how you look at it, we have suffered on a national level, and a lot of things that you and I and Trenton is doing, we're getting New Jersey as well as every other municipality prepared. So when the president talks about health, education, etc., we're ready to make those changes. So again, some of my best friends are Republicans,
Sure.
but the bottom line, I understand who they represent and how they got to vote, and I have to accept that.
Sure.
Linda now is Deputy Speaker,
Right.
so we both get a chance to really chair a session. And let me tell you something, when you're dealing with 79 other legislators all over the state, some of the smartest minds in the world, that means that when you get up there and you do your job, either you're going to do it in a respectful way or you're going to do it in a way where you're going to get disrespected.
Okay, Jeff, we're gonna have to, we only got about 30 seconds left. Bo, you're a minority here, so you can